Hello and welcome to Sean Finn Memorial Park here on the 21st of October 1990 as we look now at Gerald Griffins. They're bidding to bridge that gap of almost 50 years to win that West Junior A Championship which has eluded them since 1941. The Gerald Griffins team lines out as in goals Sean Behan, number 2 Paddy O'Connor, full back Chris Noonan, number 4 John O'Connor, the half back line number 5 the captain Patsy Quinlivan, centre back Pat Ambrose, and number 7 Gerald Curtin. The midfield partnership for today's encounter, John Milan number 8 and Martin Dalton number 9. The right half forward John Walsh, centre forward Oliver Scanlon, and to complete the half forward line we have Joe Noonan. The full forward line consists of Eamon O'Connor, Mike Stack and Tommy O'Connell. The referee for today's match is Mikey Sullivan, the well-experienced referee from Arda Kerry. Knockfierna Gaels team. In goals, Michael Kelly, number 2 Toss O'Donovan, full back and captain Conor O'Keefe, and to complete the full back line we have Liam Fitzgerald. The half back line composes of number 5 Seamus Stapleton, centre back Pat Cagney, and to complete the half back line number 7 Noel Ford. The midfield partnership is Patrick Fitzgerald and Davy Fitzgerald. Right half forward Brian O'Brien, centre forward Ned Cagney, and number 12 Shane Hartnett. The full forward line number 13 Pat Burke, full forward Mike Quaid, and to complete the full forward line we have Thomas O'Keefe. As Mikey Sullivan calls the two captains, Conor O'Keefe from Knockfierna and Patsy Quinlivan for Gerald Griffins for the toss for the West Junior A football final here in Sean Finn Memorial Park. As we now stand for the playing of our national anthem, our Own Navian. The scene is set so for the West Junior A football final for 1990, the 21st of October the date. The drawn game ended on the scoreline 1-6 for Gerald Griffins, 2-3 for Knockfierna Gaels. A great game in prospect here at Sean Finn Park. The referee Mikey Sullivan looking for the ball. The ball is thrown in there by Pete Noonan, one of the subs there on the Gerald Griffins bench. The midfield men there, Patrick Fitzgerald and Davy Fitzgerald for Knockfierna Gaels, Martin Dalton and John Milan for Gerald Griffins. The referee, Mikey Sullivan, checks his watch. 30 minutes aside. Anxious moments so in both camps here. And the 1990 West Junior A football final is underway. The ball now comes to Pat Ambrose, the centre back for Gerald Griffins. He's trying to avoid the centre forward there, Ned Cagney, and doing so a great kick around the 45-yard line. It comes now towards John Walsh. John Walsh is pushed to the ground and it wins a free in for Gerald Griffins. Or Joe Noonan rather. John Walsh there. The man to take it, the midfield man. Martin Dalton, number 9 in his back. This is a mighty kick into a Gael. Dalton saw the kick, it'll land around the scare. Oliver Scanlon is there, it's flicked out by Conor O'Keefe, the full-back. Mike Stack tries to get his hand to it, comes to John Milan. It's anyone's ball, it comes now towards Gerald Curtin in possession. However, it comes into Conor O'Keefe and he kicks it out the wing towards Paddy Quinlivan's man. Paddy Quinlivan's man there is Brian O'Brien. Still a Brian O'Brien now. Brian O'Brien racing up towards midfield. He's inside the 65. He kicks towards Paddy O'Connor. It comes, however, to Chris Noonan. Chris Noonan plays it out towards Paddy O'Connor. Paddy O'Connor drops it. The ball breaks loose. It comes towards John Milan. John Milan, right half back in the drawn game. Now at midfield. Over the head of Johnny Welch towards his marker there, Seamus Stapleton. And the ball skids out of play, and it will be a line ball to Gerald Griffins, says the linesman here at the far side. The man to take it, John Milan, the midfield man, number 8 in his back. John Milan, so. A good kick against the wind, up towards Oliver Scanlon. Oliver Scanlon gathers. He loses, however, to the full-back, Conor O'Keefe. Conor O'Keefe was fouled, or Davy Fitzgerald was fouled there, and Cagney's the man to take the free. Cagney for Knockfierna Gaels. Two minutes into the game. Cagney, so, the centre-back. From within his own 45-metre line. A low kick up towards Davy Fitzgerald. Brilliantly gathered by Davy Fitzgerald. Up towards the full forward there, Mike Quaid. Mike Quaid now passes it out towards Brian O'Brien. Brian O'Brien tries a shot and it's gone over the bar. 2 minutes and 10 seconds into the game. Brian O'Brien puts Knockfierna Gaels ahead. The first score of the game. Sean Bean so prepares the kick out from the 21-metre line. The ball is blown over by the strong wind here at Sean Finn Park. He replaces the ball. Sean Beansall, the engineering student. A good kick, well past the 45 against the wind. Batted down and it comes now to the waiting Martin Dalton. Martin Dalton now embarking on a solo run. It's flicked over his head there by Ned Cagney. It comes over to Patsy Quinlivan, the captain, the right half back for Gerald Griffins. He kicks it down the wing up towards Eamon O'Connor. Eamon O'Connor, who won 2 penalties in the drawn game. The ball has gone out of play and it will be a line ball to Knockfierna Gaels. The linesman over the far side, well up with play there. The linesman, Mr. White from Athay. Cagney saw the kick. A mighty kick it is indeed. Up towards Paddy O'Connor, the bank official in Killarney. He's the scorer of the penalty in the drawn game. He's fouled and brought to the ground. And it'll be a free to Gerald Griffins outside their own 45-metre line. Attention is needed now for Paddy O'Connor. He's up. He seems to be holding his right shin bone there, but he seems to be fit enough to resume play here. The man to take this now, the free, Patsy Quinlivan, the captain. Patsy Quinlivan, so. A mighty kick against the wind. It's held up in the air, up towards Joe Noonan. Immaculate fielding by Noonan. Joe Noonan, who came out of the sub in the drawn game. It's driven in towards Mike Stack, but Conor O'Keefe gets a hand to it. Out towards David Fitzgerald for Knockfierna. It comes now towards the waiting Tommy O'Connell, who could do no more than just send it narrowly wide there. Tommy O'Connell gains his place today, and Pete Noonan is resorted to the subs bench. Michael Kelly saw the kick out for Knockfierna Gaels. The wind at his back, very much at his back. A kick it'll land around near the 45. John Welch bats it up towards Davy Fitzgerald and John Milan. John Milan seems to be held, but the referee says play on. It comes now, it's still there. Davy Fitzgerald goes down there, he gathers well. Still Davy Fitzgerald now, outside his own 45. Davy Fitzgerald, still, he must have overcarried it. It's blocked down, comes towards Oliver Scanlon, and a late tackle there on Oliver Scanlon by number 4 there, Lee Fitzgerald, and in doing so he wins the free in. 45 metres out from goal. Oliver Scanlon wins the free in. Centre forward today. He was full forward in the drawn game. The man to take it is Martin Dalton, number 9. He's back. Gerald Griffin, so. They trail by 1. We're 5 minutes into this first half here at Sean Finn Park. Dalton with the kick. A good kick it is around the 14-yard line. Oliver Scanlon rises high as it comes to the waiting Stack. Stack is brought to the ground. Is it a free in? No, says Mikey Sullivan. The ball breaks loose and it comes towards John Welch. John Welch back to Stack. Stack's shot is blocked out into the waiting. Has O'Connor O'Keefe, the Knockfierna Gaels full-back and captain. And a late punch there by Joe Noonan for Gerald Griffins. And Mikey Sullivan warns him. The quick free by Conor O'Keefe goes to waste. It comes to Martin Dalton for Gerald Griffins. Martin Dalton's shot is blocked out by Cagney. Cagney draws a boot out towards the sideline. Pat Ambrose, the man there. Ned Cagney. Still Ned Cagney. Ned Cagney's shot. It's brilliantly blocked down there by Pat Ambrose. But it's still Knockfierna on the attack, and the ball is kicked up towards the sideline there. It's gathered by Thomas O'Keefe there, and Thomas O'Keefe was fouled by John O'Connor. The ball driven in towards Chris Noonan, over his head towards Mike Quaid. Still Mike Quaid, he's raining through and goal. He passes it out to Brian O'Brien, but misinterception there, it comes to Mike Quaid. Mike Quaid's shot is blocked brilliantly there by Sean Bean, and it's gone out for a 45, the first 45 of the game. The first 45, so Mr. White, the linesman over the far side, comes in to place the ball exactly on the 45-metre line. Who will take it for Knockfierna? It's Ned Cagney, the centre forward, number 11 in his back. Ned Cagney, so a wind at his back. This win must be worth a couple of points in the first half. He floats it in off the fingers, off the crossbar, and it comes out to the waiting Martin Dalton, the Gerald Griffins midfield man. Still Martin Dalton's shot is blocked down there by Mike Quaid. Mike Quaid gathers for Knockfierna, and he was held there by John O'Connor, and it'll be a free about 25 metres in, 25 metres out for Sean Behan's goal for Knockfierna Gaels. The man to take this is Brian O'Brien, the man that scored the point. A point to nothing, so the score here at Sean Finn Park in Rackhill. The man to take this is Thomas O'Keefe. 25 metres out from goal. He floats it in. It comes off the upright and out to the waiting Cagney. Cagney tries the shot. Is blocked on the line, however, by Tommy O'Connor. And the decision by the referee is mysterious. It's a penalty. O'Connor alleged to have picked the ball off the ground inside the 6-metre line, and the referee, Mikey Sullivan, has awarded a penalty 7 minutes into the game. A questionable decision really there by Mikey Sullivan from St. Kieran's Club. Sean Behan, so in goals for Gerald Griffins. The man to take this is Cagney. Mikey Sullivan tell him the exact position to place this ball on the 14-metre line, 14 metres out from goal. Cagney, so against Behan. A shot, it's into the roof of the net. A goal for Knockfierna Gaels, a goal and a point for Knockfierna Gaels. No score yet for Gerald Griffins, but Knockfierna have the advantage of that Gael first win. The scorer of that goal was Shane Hartnett. It was not, in fact, number 11 Ned Cagney. It was Shane Hartnett, the right half forward. Sean Bean so prepares for the kick out. Gerald Griffins outjoin their forces here. Sean Bean's kick out around the 45. It comes towards Patrick Quinlivan's man. It, however, comes into the arms now of Paddy O'Connor, the bank official. Paddy O'Connor gets it down towards John Milan. John Milan, the midfield man for Gerald Griffins. He kicks it across the field. Racing towards it is John Welch for Gerald Griffins, and also Seamus Stapleton. John Welch and Seamus Stapleton. A great battle on between them. Seamus Stapleton wins the battle, and it's picked out of his hands by Tommy O'Connell. He pulled it illegally out of the hands there of Seamus Stapleton, and Mikey Sullivan saw that, and it'll be a free to Knockfierna Gaels. Between the 45-metre line and the 65-metre line. Stapleton takes it out of his hand, up towards Chris Noonan's man, Mike Quaid. Still Mike Quaid now, he rounds his man there. Up, Dalton is chasing after him. He loses possession over, and it comes to Brian O'Brien. Brian O'Brien loses out, and yet another free in for Knockfierna Gaels. A lot of frees in these opening stages here at Sean Finn Park. This one about 25 metres out, directly in front of goal. Directly in front of goal, so Knockfierna Gaels, the lead, a goal and a point to no score yet for Gerald Griffins. The man to take this is the full forward, Mike Quaid. Mike has gone over the bar, and Knockfierna Gaels advance their lead, a goal and 2 points. This is in fact a wide there for Knockfierna Gaels. The umpire up there seemed to be stooping down for the white flag, but the score remains a goal and a point for Knockfierna Gaels, no score for Gerald Griffins. Sean Bean the kick out at the edge of the 6-metre box. Sean Bean, so a kick out towards Gerald Curtin, whose father was a member of the 1941 team. He plays it back to John O'Connor, the Anish employee. John O'Connor down the wing, out over the side. Is it gone out over the sideline? There's some dispute here, there's some dispute on here, there's a bit of fighting breaking out here. Mikey Sullivan should come in, and the ball never went out over the sideline, but the linesman seemed to have his flag up. Mikey Sullivan tries to regain order here at Sean Finn Park. Stapleton is being spoken to there, the right half back for Knockfierna Gaels. The crowd really, they're well in front of the line. They should be outside the fence by right. Rakheel mentors and mentors alike, they try to keep the forces behind the line. The linesman having a very difficult job here. Stapleton so being spoken to by Mikey Sullivan, the referee from St. Kieran's. He's getting his name into the book. The first name to be taken into this book in this replay of the West Junior A final. Mikey Sullivan calls for the ball. The linesman comes in and speaks to Mikey Sullivan. We're 11 minutes into the game. Mikey Sullivan is halting play until everybody outside the wire or else back to the fence. The match is being halted for a number of minutes now until everybody gets outside the fence, which is proper and upright here. Proper and correct here. The match so has been halted for a number of minutes to regain order. All the supporters are outside the wire. It has resulted in a sideline kick for Cagney there, the centre back for Knockfierna Gaels. And Oliver Scanlon was too close to the ball to be yet another free for Knockfierna Gaels, 21 metres out from goal. A goal and a point for Knockfierna Gaels, no score yet for Gerald Griffins. The man to take this, the full forward I think, Mike Quaid, exactly on the 21 metre line, an acute angle. This to stretch Knockfierna Gaels' lead. This to stretch Knockfierna Gaels' lead. It's gone out over towards the sideline and it couldn't be kept in there by the corner forward, Pat Buck. What has resulted is a free out there for Gerald Griffins. The man to take is Sean Behan, the netminder for Gerald Griffins, the engineering student in Limerick. Sean Behan, so the kick out, 6 metres out from the in line. Behan, a mighty kick against the Gale. Up towards Patsy Quinlivan's wing. It's belted down there by Brian O'Brien. It comes back to off the ground, says the referee. It'll be a free now to Gerald Griffins. Paddy O'Connor, the bank official, to take it from within his own 45 metre line. Paddy O'Connor, a good kick against the wind down towards Oliver Scanlon. He's beaten there by Pat Cagney. Pat Cagney. It comes, however, to Stapleton. Stapleton clears up the field, up towards the full forward. However, it's grabbed there by the full back, Chris Noonan. Still Chris Noonan, the Listowel base guarder. He plays it out the wing to Paddy O'Connor. Paddy O'Connor out to captain Patsy Quinlivan. Still Patsy Quinlivan. He rounds Mike Quaid rather brilliantly there. He's brought to the ground, Patsy Quinlivan brought to the ground, and it'll be a free to Gerald Griffins between the 45 metre line and the 65 metre line. And meanwhile over there, a Gerald Griffins man down on the deck, which seemed to be an off-the-ball incident. The man that down seems to be Joe Noonan. Joe Noonan is down, and the magic bottle water has gone in, so the clock has to be stopped yet again in this West Junior A football final here at Sean Finn Park, Rakheel. Chris Noonan there seems to be in some difficulty. He picked up a slip disc in the drawn game. It's a recurrence, seems to be, and the mentors have gone in to tint him, the magic spray bottle. He seems to be fit enough to resume play, however. Chris Noonan, he says he's okay. And meanwhile over the far side, Joe Noonan is fit enough also to resume play. So Gerald Griffins still with the starting 15 here at Sean Finn Park. It'll be a free now to Patsy Quinlivan, the captain for Gerald Griffins. Gerald Griffins yet to score. We're 15 minutes into the game. Patsy Quinlivan, so a kick from within his own 65 metre line. It comes towards John Milan. It's beaten over. It comes to Stack, the full forward for Gerald Griffins. He's brought to the ground. Is it a free? No, says the referee. Still Stack. Stack loses out, however, and it comes to Conor O'Keefe, to the full back for Knockfierna Gaels. Up the wing towards Sean Curtin there for Gerald Griffins. Now towards John Milan for Gerald Griffins. John Milan flicks it on. Lovely to John Welch. Out the wing towards Patsy Quinlivan. However, and number 7 there, Noel Ford read it brilliantly there for Knockfierna Gaels. The referee's whistle was blown over. Noel Ford was fouled. The referee, Noel Ford, now takes it. Up towards, over the head of Pat Ambrose, over the head of Mike Quaid, up towards Gerald Curtin. Gerald Curtin, the left half back now. Out towards John Milan, the midfield man. John Milan rather, still John Milan. He's inside his own 45-metre line. He's racing towards the 65-metre line. Milan leaves go out towards Eamon O'Connor's wing. Noel Ford is there also. Eamon O'Connor gathers there for Gerald Griffins. He loses out over, and Brian O'Brien does a kick up the field up towards. Oh, there's another hefty shoulder there by Pat Ambrose, and the referee says that Pat Ambrose foul shoulder there was uncalled for, to be a free yet again to Knockfierna Gaels. Over the far sideline, so a free to Knockfierna Gaels. The scoreline: Knockfierna Gaels a goal and a point. Gerald Griffins yet to register the score. Knockfierna Gaels so outside the 45-metre line. The wind at his back. A kick up towards Patsy Quinlivan's ring. Brian O'Brien is there. Brian O'Brien still. He floats it across the square. Chris Noonan gathers there brilliantly for Gerald Griffins, the fullback, the veteran fullback, sports star of the Limerick's J supporters, sports star of the month for July. Out towards John Milan. John Milan racing towards the 65-metre line. He turns his man brilliantly down the field, down towards Oliver Scanlon, the big Oliver Scanlon. Brother Denny, who's working out in the Alrics at the moment. Oliver now brought to the ground, and in doing so he wins a free for Gerald Griffins between the 45-metre line and the 65-metre line. Gerald Griffins badly in need of a score here at Sean Finn Park. They decided to leave it now for the captain, Patsy Quinlivan. Patsy Quinlivan between the 45-metre line and the 65-metre line. Linesman over the far side telling Patsy Quinlivan to get back that yard or two. Patsy Quinlivan so. A crowd in excess of 1,000 people here. Quinlivan so, the kick. A kick towards Dalton. Dalton now, number 9, he's back. Still Dalton. Dalton racing through and goal. He's inside the 21. He kicks and it's gone over the bar. Martin Dalton registers Gerald Griffins' first score of the game. With 18 minutes of normal time in. The scoreline: Knockfierna Gaels a goal and a point. Gerald Griffins a point. Their point coming 18 minutes into the game to Martin Dalton. Number 9, he's back. He was the first man to score for Gerald Griffins in the drawn game also. Dalton so urges on his Gerald Griffins counterparts here at Sean Finn Memorial Park. Mike Kelly, the Knockfierna Gaels man between the posts. A kick out from 21-metre line. It comes out towards John Welch. However, he's beaten there by Stapleton. Stapleton for Knockfierna. A kick up towards John O'Connor. John O'Connor gathers there brilliantly. The Anish employee. An off-the-ball incident. An off-the-ball shoulder there by Mike Quaid. Brian O'Brien, the right half forward for Knockfierna Gaels. And he's too is being taken into the referee's notebook. The second man from Knockfierna to be entered into Mikey Sullivan's small little notebook here at Sean Finn Park. A really uncalled for shoulder there into the face. John O'Connor receives that. John O'Connor, who captained Anish, the county senior, into firm success in 1986 at Park na Gael Skeeton. A veteran, a great player indeed. The magic water bottle has gone in yet again and he's still down. Once again the clock has to be stopped here. John O'Connor now fit enough to resume play. Patsy Quinlivan will take the free. John O'Connor seems to be playing at full back and Chris Noonan has gone out to left corner back. Patsy Quinlivan so. The free outside his own 45-metre line. Quinlivan, the kick down towards Davy Fitzgerald. Gathered there, however, by Pat Ambrose, the centre back for Gerald Griffin. Still Pat Ambrose. He's on a great run now. He's brought to the ground. He wins a free in. Pat Ambrose winning the free there for Gerald Griffins between the 45-metre line and the 65-metre line. Pat Ambrose, the farmer, the man to take it, Patsy Quinlivan, self-employed. Patsy Quinlivan down the wing towards John Milan, out their hands to John Milan. John Milan over, does very well in gathering again. He plays out towards Pat Ambrose. Pat Ambrose gathers for Gerald Griffin. Still Pat Ambrose. It's knocked out of his hands, but he regains possession. He plays out towards Patsy Quinlivan. Patsy Quinlivan out the wing towards, and it breaks over to Joe Noonan. Still Joe Noonan. Joe Noonan a kick. And it's gone over the bar! Wide is the result, wide. One umpire said wide and the other said a point, but a wide ball. A great kick there by Joe Noonan, and there mustn't have been much in that there. The scoreline still Knockfierna Gaels, a goal and a point, Gerald Griffins a point. We're 22 minutes into the first half here. Some dispute between the umpires, one waved wide, the other said it was a point. The referee has gone in to talk to Pat Molyneux from Arda. He seems to be, Pat Molyneux, the referee has agreed that it will be a wide ball, but he's gone out now to talk to the cornerback for Knockfierna Gaels, Liam Fitzgerald. Just a word there. Play things cool, he says. Mike Kelly, so the kick out for Knockfierna Gaels. A good kick it is, up past the 45-metre line. It's gathered there by the cornerback there, Liam Fitzgerald, and he wins the free. Outside his own 45-metre line. The man to take this free is Pat Cagney from the ground. Outside his own 45-metre line, Pat Cagney, the veteran for Knockfierna Gaels. Cagney, a kick well past the 45 up towards Chris Noonan. Chris Noonan seems to get a push in the back, but nevertheless the referee says play on. Mike Quaid is there. Mike Quaid was brought to the ground by John O'Connor, says the referee, Mikey Sullivan, to the disgust of the Gerald Griffins men there, Chris Noonan and John O'Connor. A free now, 21 metres out from goal for Knockfierna Gaels. This to put Knockfierna Gaels ahead by 4 points. A scoreable position so for Knockfierna Gaels. The man to take this is Ned Cagney, the centre forward. Ned Cagney, so almost directly in line. He leaves it however for Brian O'Brien on the 21 metre line. Will this be? And it's gone over the point there for Knockfierna Gaels, and they advance their lead now. Knockfierna Gaels a goal and 2 points. Gerald Griffins Ballyhall a point. 4-point deficit so here at Sean Finn Memorial Park. Sean Behan, so the engineering student with the kick out, 21 metres out from goal. Sean Behan. A good kick against the wind. It's held up in the air. Martin Dalton is under, however breaks loose to Shane Hartnett rather. Still Hartnett kicks, a good kick out towards the corner forward there. Thomas O'Keefe. A kick. It was Pat Buck, in fact. It was Pat Buck that took that. Pat Buck, so number 13, he's back there for Knockfierna Gaels. Sean Behan, so retrieves the ball for the kick out here. A very busy man in the early stages here at Sean Finn Park. We're 23 minutes gone in the first half here. Sean Behan with the kick out. Sean Behan with the kick out, a good one out towards Pat Curtin. Curtin gathers now. It's Dalton, however. Dalton, ball is dispossessed there. Mike Quaid draws the boat, comes up now towards John Walsh for Gerald Griffins. John Walsh to Pat Ambrose. Pat Ambrose beautifully out the wing towards John Milan. Still John Milan. John Milan, a kick up towards Joe Noonan. A late boot there by Noel Ford and Joe Noonan. And it'll be a free in for Gerald Griffins. And another incident there. Davy Fitzgerald warning Davy Fitzgerald for a foul there, and off the ball incident there on Pat Ambrose. But what has resulted is a free in for Gerald Griffins. The man to take at Patsy Quinlivan, 48 metres out from goal against the Gael. 24 minutes gone, so Patsy Quinlivan with this free for Gerald Griffins. A goal and 2 points for Knockfierna Gaels. Gerald Griffins a point. Quinlivan, a good kick in towards the square, up towards Oliver Scanlon. Oliver Scanlon gathers for Gerald Griffins. He's beaten over and it comes out towards the corner forward, Liam Fitzgerald. And it's a free out for Knockfierna Gaels. They take it quickly, however, and it comes to Brian O'Brien. Still Brian O'Brien. He's Joe Noonan bustled there by John Milan and Joe Noonan, but he gets in his kick all right. Up towards the 45-metre line. Under is Chris Noonan. The number 3 is back for Gerald Griffins. He takes it rather quickly out towards Pat Ambrose. Pat Ambrose grabs for Gerald Griffins. Still Pat Ambrose. Pat Ambrose out the wing. Out towards John Milan, the midfield man. John Milan now. He's racing inside the 45-metre line. Out towards Sean Walsh for Gerald Griffins. John Walsh in towards the square. Searching there for it was O'Connell, but O'Connell never gets it, and it comes to Stack. Stack's kick, it's lobbed around the square. It comes to Mike Kelly, the goalie for Knockfierna Gaels. He can do no more than kick it to Pat Ambrose for Gerald Griffins. Ambrose out to Dalton. Still Dalton. Dalton into Stack. Stack now. Stack out the wing towards Patsy Quinlivan. It's intercepted there, however, by Knockfierna Gaels, and it's gone out the wing now. He loses out over to Martin Dalton. Still Martin Dalton. A kick in towards the goal. In towards Oliver Scanlon. It's bats down to Eamon O'Connor. Eamon O'Connor is down it. However, comes to Conor O'Keefe. And Eamon O'Connor alleged to pick the ball off the ground to be a free out for Knockfierna Gaels. The man to take it, Cagney. Cagney, number 6 in his back. Pat Cagney, the veteran of Gaelic games. Cagney, a mighty kick up towards over the head of Paddy O'Connor. Over the head of the centre forward there, Cagney. It comes to Gerald Curtin. Jerry Curtin. A Gary Owen style kick underneath John Milan. It breaks loose over to Stapleton. Stapleton gets in a kick. Chris Noonan returns the kick and it comes once again out towards Chris Noonan now. The man down there and it is Pat Buck for Knockfierna Gaels. Chris Noonan gathers for Gerald Griffins. Chris Noonan was pushing the back and he takes a free. The referee says play on and it comes over to Cagney. Cagney back to number 5 Stapleton. Stapleton now. Still Stapleton, he held it very long, but no, says the referee. In now towards full forward there, Mike Quaid for Knockfierna Gaels. Mike Quaid now, he rounds his man. He taps it in the centre there towards Cagney, and Cagney's kick has gone over the bar. The umpire waves that Cagney's kick has gone over the bar. Knockfierna Gaels a goal and 3 points. Gerald Griffins Ballyhall a point here at Sean Finn Memorial Park. Sean Bean is disputing the fact that that was a point. Mikey Sullivan there calling on one of the Gerald Griffins men to get over to the sideline. We're 26 minutes into this first half here at Sean Finn Park. The scoreline, Knockfierna Gaels a goal and 3 points. Ballyhall 1 point. That came through Martin Dalton. Sean being so, the kick out against the Gael. As I said earlier, this win must be worth a couple of points here in the first half for Knockfierna Gaels, being the kick out. Well beyond midfield, well beyond the 45, between the 45 metre line, the 65 metre line. It comes to Curtin, Gerald Curtin. He plays it out the wing. It's intercepted there, however, by Mike Quaid. Still Mike Quaid. It comes to Patsy Quillivan. Patsy Quillivan draws a boot down the wing towards Eamon O'Connor. It's intercepted there by Noel Ford, however. Still Noel Ford. It comes now, breaks loose, however, to Oliver Scanlon. Oliver Scanlon is down the ground. Eamon O'Connor picks it, the ball up, and it'll be a hot ball which has resulted. Mikey Sullivan so throwing the ball here. 27 minutes into the game here at Sean Finn Park. A lot of injury time in the first half. The men that are going up is Noel Ford and Oliver Scanlon. Oliver Scanlon bats it down towards Joe Noonan. Joe Noonan gathers for Gerald Griffins. Still Joe Noonan. Joe Noonan, a low kick down the wing towards John Walsh. John Walsh seems to be pushing it back. No, yes indeed, John Walsh was pushed in the back. And yet again the book is being called out now on a Knockfierna Gaels man. This is the third booking for Knockfierna Gaels. A lot of uncalled for decision, a lot of uncalled off the ball incidents here and dangerous play here at Sean Finn Park. Down the deck now is John Walsh. John Walsh, number 12, and he's back for Gerald Griffin. Quillivan so free now to Gerald Griffins inside the 45 metre line, a very acute angle. He'll be doing well to lob it around the 6 metre square. Oliver Scanlon is waiting inside, so is Mike Stack and Tommy O'Connell. Quinlivan's kick, a mighty kick it is indeed, up towards Eamon O'Connor. Eamon O'Connor bats it down, however, just to the waiting Liam Fitzgerald. Liam Fitzgerald gets it out the wing, once again chasing after this Patsy Quinlivan. The captain gathers for Gerald Griffin. Still Quinlivan racing down around the sideline. Still Quinlivan. He gets in a kick, he's fouled, says the referee. It'll be a free in from the 21 metre line as an acute angle over there near the sideline. Mikey Sullivan well up at play here at the latter stages of the first half. We're at the end of normal time, but there's a lot of injury time here at Sean Finn Park. The referee, Gerald Griffins, disputed the decision there, and now there's a throw up between Davy Fitzgerald and Joe Noonan. Davy Fitzgerald wins it over. No, it breaks loose over to Eamon O'Connor, and Eamon O'Connor picked the ball off the ground, says the referee, Mickey Sullivan from Arda. The man to take this free is Noel Ford, number 7 in his back. Noel Ford, a mighty kick up around midfield. Up there is Pat Ambrose. Pat Ambrose gathers well over. Pat Ambrose is beaten there over, and it comes to Quaid. Green Fitzgerald, however, gets it out to Brian O'Brien. Brian O'Brien draws a boot up towards Chris Noonan, over his head and over, and it comes to Pat Buck. Pat Buck plays it in towards Quayle shot, a goal for Knockfierna Gaels! A goal for Knockfierna Gaels! We're into injury, we're at the normal time of the first half. Knockfierna Gaels, 2 goals and 3 points. Gerald Griffins, Ballyhale a point. Gerald Griffins though with a real uphill battle here in the second half. Sean Behan, the kick out for Gerald Griffins. A kick out towards Pat Buck. Pat Buck's lob shot. Is it going into the goals? Another goal for Gerald Griffins. Another goal for Knockfierna Gaels. Sean Behan's kick out was poor. It came to Pat Buck, and Pat Buck lobbed it over the head, who was off the line, over the head of Sean Behan, who was off his line, and yet another goal for Knockfierna Gaels. 3-3 for Knockfierna Gaels. A point for Gerald Griffins. A real uphill battle so for Gerald Griffins. Paddy O'Connor with the kick out. Disgust there, I'm sure, for Sean Behan. O'Connor, the kick out, up around the 65-metre line. It's belted on there, comes to Patsy Quinlivan. It gathered there by Joe Noonan. Joe Noonan down the wing towards Eamon O'Connor. Eamon O'Connor now. Eamon O'Connor's hand pass is blocked down. It comes to Patsy Quinlivan, however. Still Patsy Quinlivan. Patsy Quinlivan is fouled there by Noel Ford. It'll be a free into Gerald Griffins. John Carrick here on the sideline. Urges on his forces for Knockfierna Gaels. John from the Skeeton Valley Steam Club, who's the trainer of the Knockfierna Gaels team. Patsy Quinlivan, the kick now. Between the 45-metre line and the 65-metre line. Gerald Griffins badly in need of a score here at Sean Finn Park. Quinlivan, a kick in towards the 21, in towards Oliver Scanlon. Oliver Scanlon loses out over, and it comes to Stapleton. Now to Cagney. Cagney's kick. Cagney's kick out over the sideline. It'll be a line ball to Gerald Griffins. We're well into injury time here at Sean Finn Park, and the referee, just by looking at his watch, much more trees the ball. Gerald Griffins. Chris Noonan's kick, it comes to Pat Ambrose. Pat Ambrose, the centre back. Pat Ambrose there for Gerald Griffins, the midfield man. Gerald Griffins on the attack now, in towards O'Connell. O'Connell and Fitzgerald, it's belted out there, out towards Davy Fitzgerald, the midfield man. Davy, who won man of the match in the drawing game. Still Davy Fitzgerald, still Davy Fitzgerald. Davy Fitzgerald gets it on, however, to Stapleton. Still Stapleton. Stapleton is brought to the ground by Joe Noonan. It'll be a free now to Knockfierna Gaels. Stapleton, the kick up towards Pat Buck. Pat Buck playing very well here in the early stages in the first half here at Sean Finn Park, and the half-time scoreline here at Sean Finn Memorial Park, Rackhill. Knockfierna Gaels 3 goals and 3 points. Gerald Griffins a solid 3 points. A real uphill battle so for Gerald Griffins in the second half here at Sean Finn Park. Ready so for the second half here at Sean Finn Memorial Park. A real uphill battle so for Gerald Griffins, and in saying so, John O'Connor, number 4 on his back, has gone off injured, and he's replaced by Pat O'Connor at cornerback. Pat O'Connor, a veteran footballer there for Gerald Griffins, number 19 he's back. We're at midfield now. Mikey Sullivan prepares to start the second half here at Sean Finn Memorial Park. He calls for the ball. He sets his watch. The second half so is almost ready here at Sean Finn Memorial Park, Rackhill. The scoreline at half-time, Knockfierna Gaels 3 goals and 3 points. Gerald Griffins a solid 3 points. Mikey Sullivan gets the second half underway here at Sean Finn Park. Dawson, however, comes now towards John Milan. John Milan so for Gerald Griffins. Back to Quinlivan, the captain for Gerald Griffins. A Gary Owen style kick up towards Oliver Scanlon. Cagney is under. However, there was a push in the back there on Cagney by Oliver Scanlon to be a free for Knockfierna Gaels. Cagney, the centre back, Pat Cagney. He can take it from his hand. He does so. Up towards Pat Ambrose for Gerald Griffins. Down towards Oliver Scanlon. Walsh gathers now for Gerald Griffins. Walsh out the wing, out towards the sideline, chasing after his Eamon O'Connor. And Stack, the full forward, is kept in play there very well by Stack. It comes to Eamon O'Connor for Gerald Griffin. However, he loses out, however, to Cagney. Cagney plays it out the wing, however, out to Stapleton. Still Knockfierna Gaels. Knockfierna Gaels get it out over the sideline. No, it's kept in play there over. Up the wing now, up towards the Paddy O'Connor. Now breaks loose over to Pat Ambrose. Paddy O'Connor, the substitution for Gerald Griffins, is fouled. No, says the referee, play on. And the ball is kicked in around. Oh, a catch there by Liam Fitzgerald was a catch and a half. And now out the wing, out towards John Milan for Gerald Griffins. John Milan, he turns around, he gets in a kick in towards John Walsh. John Walsh, still John Walsh. He kicks it out now towards a lovely hand pass out to Joe Noonan. Joe Noonan kicks it in low towards Oliver Scanlon. Oh! Oliver Scanlon was unlucky there. It was deflected out there by the full-back and Captain Conor O'Keefe. And what has resulted is a 45-metre kick for Gerald Griffins here. We're still within the first minute of the first half here at Sean Finn Park. The man to take this is the right half-back and Captain Patsy Quinlivan. 45 metres out from goal. Almost directly in line. A strong breeze at his back. This could be within scoreable range. It could be what Gerald Griffins need. The Quinlivan floats it in. Gerald Griffins, a goal and a point now for Gerald Griffins. 3-3 for Knockfierna Gaels. Could this be the revival that Gerald Griffins are looking for? Eamon O'Connor, he won 2 penalties in the drawn game and scored a point as well. Today he scored a great goal. 2 minutes into the second half here. Eamon O'Connor, the scorer of a goal here. Gerald Griffins, more enthusiasm now. A lovely flick out towards Joe Noonan. Joe Noonan out the wing towards Quinlivan. The captain now, Quinlivan. Quinlivan's shot is blocked out, it comes off, cannons off, and Knockfierna Gaels man out towards another Knockfierna Gaels man, Brian O'Brien. He flicks it over the head, however, and it comes over the head of Joe Noonan, and it comes up. And now towards, pushing it back there by the corner forward, Pat Buck. He gets it out now towards Brian O'Brien, and the counter-attack for Knockfierna Gaels. Brian O'Brien, he flicks it out the wing, out towards Cagney. Cagney flicks it, a lovely kick on now towards Davy Fitzgerald. Davy Fitzgerald for Knockfierna Gaels. He floats it in high towards Pat Buck. Our brilliant fielding there by Curtin. Curtin, whose father was a member of the 1941 team for Gerald Griffins. Out towards Brian O'Brien over. Brian O'Brien gets in a kick. Underneath Paddy O'Connor and Pat O'Connor. Out now over to the midfield man, Dalton. Dalton was fouled. No, says the referee. Once again, Mikey Sullivan. Pat Ambrose, a mighty kick downfield towards Eamon O'Connor, the goal scorer here at Sean Finn Park. Out there by Conor O'Keefe, it breaks loose to Noel Ford. Noel Ford for Knockfierna Gaels. Down the wing towards Patsy Quinlivan for Gerald Griffins. Quinlivan's kick, full forward for Gerald Griffins. Kick, and right there. 3-3 for Knockfierna Gaels. Gerald Griffins badly needed scores here, so at Sean Finn Park. Michael Kelly saw the kick out for Knockfierna Gaels from the 6-metre box, out, land near around the 45. It's gathered there by Noel Ford for Knockfierna Gaels. Noel Ford, number 7 in his back, still Noel Ford. A real Gary on! Up now is Cagney is under. It comes however to Pat Cagney. Pat Cagney, however. Pat Cagney, Brian O'Brien now for Knockfierna Gaels. Brian O'Brien gets it down towards Mike Quaid, the full forward for Knockfierna Gaels. He's bustled there by Paddy O'Connor. Advantage to the referee. Still Mike Quaid, he loses out over it, kicks it out now towards Brian O'Brien for Knockfierna Gaels. He loses out, and Patsy Quinlivan was held, says the referee. No, says the referee. And Davy Fitzgerald's shot is gone wayward, out towards over. Oh, late challenge there by Pat O'Connor, that comes over to O'Connell for Pat Buck rather for Knockfierna Gaels. It's blocked now towards Liam Fitzgerald. Cagney gathers for Knockfierna Gaels. Out Chris Noonan, his brother Joe. Joe up the field towards Eamon O'Connor. Eamon O'Connor gathers for Gerald Griffins. Eamon O'Connor, the number 13 is back. Floats it in towards Oliver Scanlon. Still Oliver Scanlon. Out the wing now over to Stack. Stack the full forward. And up and under. Under is Conor O'Keefe. And O'Connell. O'Connell tries an overhead hand pass, but to no avail. Out now towards Knockfierna Gaels. Now, Noel Ford in possession. Noel Ford, Stack dispossesses him over in towards Joe Noonan. Joe Noonan for Gerald Griffins. A kick in towards the square, comes off the upright and out towards Conor O'Keefe, the full-back for Knockfierna Gaels. Still O'Keefe, he's the captain. He plays it out the wing towards the cornerback, Toss O'Donovan. Toss O'Donovan further outfield towards Noel Ford, but Joe Noonan got him there with a late punch. Joe Noonan is entering the referee's book here at Sean Finn Park. We're second half here at Sean Finn Park. The scoreline 3-3 for Knockfierna Gaels, a goal and a point for Gerald Griffins. Joe Noonan has entered, so the referee's Mikey Sullivan's notebook here. Toss O'Donovan, so he's fit. Another man now down for Gerald Griffins. This time it is down on the deck now is Tommy O'Connor for Gerald Griffins. Number 15, he's back. It seems to be a problem there with his left ankle. The magic water bottle has gone in again. Pat Noonan is in around them there. He's fit enough to resume play, however. Gerald Griffins badly need a score here at Sean Finn Park. Pat O'Donovan, so the man that will take this free kick from his hand for Knockfierna Gaels. The referee once again telling the supporters and mentors alike to get back from the line here. Earlier on the first half we saw that he hunted a lot outside the wire. He's telling them now get back to the wire or else the match will be stopped once again. Pat O'Donovan so with the kick. A good kick it is around midfield. Dalton bats down there. However, it comes to Davy Fitzgerald for Knockfierna Gaels. Davy Fitzgerald, still Davy Fitzgerald. He's racing past midfield. He's inside the 65. His jersey is full, but he kicks in a kick over and it comes to Mike Quay. Mike Quay out to Cagney. Cagney, the centre forward for Knockfierna Gaels. Cagney is dispossessed there, however, by Chris Noonan and Paddy O'Connor. It breaks loose, however. It's anyone's fault. Down is Paddy O'Connor, the captain for Gerald Griffins. He's leading by example. He's fouled. Back around his own 20-metre line. He gets in a kick to George. Gerald Curtin upfield. A mighty kick up towards Oliver Scanlon and Tommy O'Connor. Over the head over. It breaks loose to the cute Conor O'Keefe. Conor O'Keefe, the captain now. Now breaks loose to Davy Fitzgerald. Davy Fitzgerald's shot is blocked down. However, and it comes over to number 4 is back, Liam Fitzgerald, and he wins the free. Liam Fitzgerald takes it quickly over. Handled on the ground there by one of the Knockfierna men. In fact, was sideline Seamus Stapleton. He handled the ball on the ground, which has resulted in a free. Dalton, the man to take it. Dalton up. Pat Cagney gathers now. Still Pat Cagney. He plays it out the wing to Davy Fitzgerald. Davy, who won man of the match. Few Wadeworth kicks there. Curtin, the man to take it. Between the 5 and the 65-metre line. He gets in a kick. Racing towards it is Conor O'Keefe. It comes O'Keefe. But there to gather there was Tass O'Donovan for Knockfierna Gaels. He was brought to the ground, and in doing so he wins the free out. Oliver Scanlon there, the man that brought him to the ground. Tass O'Donovan so playing very well indeed. Number 2 is back here. The start of the second half here. We're 8 minutes into this game. 3. Patrick Quillivan bats it down. It comes over to Brian O'Brien for Knockfierna Gaels. Brian O'Brien up the wing, up towards Jeff Curtin's man there. Mike, or Hartnell, out now towards Cagney. Cagney, the centre forward for Knockfierna Gaels. Cagney now. Still Cagney. He goes down it. On him is John Milan. He gets in a kick in towards North. He gets in a kick along the ground in towards the foot. Oh, brilliantly there by Pat O'Connor, the substitution for Gerald Griffins. A mighty kick, a mighty kick. It comes over to the unmarked, once again unmarked Cagney. Cagney gets it into centre forward. His brother, Dan Cagney, Ned Cagney rather, and it comes, the ball breaks loose over and it comes into the arms of Martin Dalton. But the referee saw something else. Joe Noonan alleged to have fouled one of the Knockfierna Gaels, meant to be a free in for Knockfierna Gaels. The free is taken rather quickly and it comes to Liam Fitzgerald. Liam Fitzgerald's wayward kick and it's gone out near the end line there. It's gathered here by Pat Buck. Pat Buck plays it back. And it comes now towards Brian O'Brien over his head over to the other number 10, Joe Noonan. Joe Noonan very cute out. His brother Chris Noonan, the full back, now playing a cornerback. Out towards John Milan. John Milan is brought to the ground and he wins the free. Gerald Griffins anxious to get on with it here. They trail 3-3 to 1-1 here at Sean Finn Memorial Park, the 21st of October 1990. A kick by Milan up towards Cagney. Cagney bats around over and it comes to Tass Donovan. Tass Donovan a veteran for Knockfierna Gaels. Out over the side, out near the sideline, out to Pat Buck. Quaid gathers for Knockfierna Gaels. Still Mike Quaid. His jersey's been pulled, but it's still Mike Quaid. Paddy O'Connor there, the back official, alleged to have fouled. It'll be a free in for Knockfierna Gaels, 21 metres out from goal. The scoreline, Knockfierna Gaels, 3 goals and 3 points. Gerald Griffins, Ballyha, a goal and a pint. The man that is down on the deck is Mike Quaid, the full forward for Knockfierna Gaels. A good, fast-flowing game of football which is here at Sean Finn Park today. Shane Hartnett, the man that will take this free. Bandage around his right thigh. Socks down on the ankle. A kick by Hartnett and it's gone over the bar. 3-4 for Knockfierna Gaels. A goal and a point for Gerald Griffins. Knockfierna Gaels seem to be cruising here. We're 11 minutes into the second half here at Sean Finn Park. Gerald Griffins have the advantage of that gale wind here. Sean Bean goes out to place the kick for the man to take this Goal kick now is Paddy O'Connor, the bank official. Paddy O'Connor, a kick down around midfield. David Fitzgerald gets in a punch over. David Fitzgerald loses out over, and it comes to the unmarked Mike Quaid. Mike Quaid for Knockfierna Gaels. Mike Quaid, he's dispossessed there over by Pat Ambrose for Gerald Griffins. Ambrose up the wing towards John Walsh. John Walsh, the Anish employee, or the White employee rather. He gets it back to Ambrose. Ambrose up towards, over the head of the ball, and it's gone over the in-line and wide. It was up around Mike Stack's way there, but the ball took an unmerciful bounce and went very high and out over the in-line and wide. Could be a goal kick so for Mike Kelly, the Knockfierna Gaels netminder here. Kelly's kick out, hovering in the wind, out towards Joe Noonan. Joe Noonan, who came on as a sub in the drawn game, but one is plays at right half forward here for the replay. Joe Noonan playing very well indeed. Joe Noonan, number 10, is back. He leaves it however for Patsy Quinlivan, the captain for Gerald Griffins. Quinlivan so went inside the 45-metre line, out near the in-line here near us. Patsy Quinlivan, the captain, the right half back. A good kick it is indeed. It floated around the square, but it's gone out over the in-line and wide. A lot of wides really for Gerald Griffins here. They badly need scores. Thirteen and a half minutes into the second half here at Sean Finn Park. Mike Kelly prepares for the kick out for Knockfierna Gaels. Knockfierna Gaels are bidding for that elusive double. They won the Junior A Hurling Championship last Sunday. Now they're bidding to capture the Junior A Football Championship here at Sean Finn Park. And at the moment they seem to be cruising, but Gerald Griffins are on the attack. Gerald Griffins have something to say against that. The ball breaks loose to Eamon O'Connor. Eamon O'Connor is brought to the ground. It's still Eamon O'Connor. Eamon O'Connor, will he play it out? He gets in a kick and it's gone over the bar. Eamon O'Connor has scored a goal and a point so for Eamon O'Connor. Gerald Griffins now a goal and 2 points. Knockfierna Gaels 3 goals and 4 points. There seems to be a substitution here near us. Pete Noonan is going on for Gerald Griffins, number 17, he's back. Pete started the game the last day but was substituted in place of his brother Joe Noonan. As soon the referee stops play and Peter Noonan is going in, the veteran player there now for Gerald Griffins is going in as substitution. As I said earlier, Eamon O'Connor has scored a goal and a point for Gerald Griffins. He's playing very well indeed. The man that is coming off is Tommy O'Connell. Tommy O'Connell played his heart out. And he is acknowledged by the crowd. Out towards Patsy Quinlivan. It comes however to Joe Noonan. Joe Noonan is a push there, and Joe Noonan gathers to be a free in for Gerald Griffins. They decide to take it quickly out towards Patsy Quinlivan, out near the sideline there. Patsy Quinlivan, he rounds his man very well indeed. Quinlivan, a wayward kick across the field. Under this Stack is belted out, however it comes to Davy Fitzgerald. Davy Fitzgerald out to the unmarked. Pat Ambrose for Gerald Griffins. Pat Ambrose, a great kick, a mighty kick, but it's very wayward indeed. It's gone out over the inline and wide. There's some 15 minutes gone here in the second half here at Sean Finn Park. The scoreline, 3 goals and 4 points for Knockfierna Gaels, a goal and 2 points for Gerald Griffins. Mike Kelly so prepares for the kick out here. Very busy indeed. Kelly so with the kick out. He's taking his time. Knockfierna Gaels are well ahead. Kelly with the kick out around the 45-metre line. Up towards it's knocked down there by Brian O'Brien. It comes now to Patsy Quinlivan. Patsy Quinlivan goes down. He gathers very well indeed. Still Quinlivan. He's hustled and bustled there by 2 Knockfierna Gaels men. And in doing so, he wins in the free around the 65-metre line. Quinlivan so with the kick. A good kick it is indeed. Over the head of the ball in towards Dalton, the midfield man. The score of a point already in this game. He scored 3 points in the drawn game. And a point already. He scored 4 points so in the West Junior A football final for 1990. Dalton, he can take this from his hand directly in front of goal. Will he lob it over? He does indeed, and narrows the deficit. A goal and 3 points for Gerald Griffins. 3 goals and 4 points for Knockfierna Gaels. Gerald Griffins are slowly but surely edging their way back into this West Junior final here at Sean Finn Park. Dalton the score of 2 points in this junior final. He's got 3 in the drawn game. Kelly with the kick out for Knockfierna Gaels, the netminder. Kelly the kick beyond the 45. It comes to the waiting Patsy Quinlivan. Patsy Quinlivan gets in a great kick in towards the corner forward there. Stack now to Pete Noonan. Pete Noonan in the centre to Dalton. Dalton dropped it. It was a chance there from Gerald Griffin. It comes to Quinlivan. Quinlivan's kick is kept in play, however. It's gathered there, but not in place is the umpire there and the referee Mikey Sullivan. Gerald Griffins are edging their way back into this match. Gerald Griffins a goal and 3 points. Knockfierna Gaels 3 goals and 4 points. We're almost 17 minutes into the second half here at Sean Finn Park. A very big crowd indeed, in excess of 1,000 people. At the drawn game there was a £1,700 gate. It's set to exceed that here today. Now meanwhile Michael play comes to Liam Fitzgerald. Liam Fitzgerald for Knockfierna Gaels. Liam Fitzgerald gets in his handpads. It comes now towards Knockfierna Gaels man forward. He's on a solo run. He's around the 65-metre line, and he drops it. He's dispossessed there by John Milan. John Milan, the midfield man for Knockfierna Gaels. Be a line ball now for Gerald Griffins. Curtin, the man to take it. Curtin, whose father was a member of the 1941 team, the last Gerald Griffins team to capture a West Junior A title here. Curtin, so the kick, a good kick it is indeed. Under it is Pete Noonan. Pete Noonan breaks the ball down. Over comes to Tassa Donovan. It's still down the ground. It's anyone's ball. It's a free out. It's the referee Mickey Sullivan from Arda to discuss the Gerald Griffins men here. Tassa Donovan man. Cagney, Pat Cagney, the man to take this free from his hand. 14 metres out from goal. Cagney. It comes to John Milan for Gerald Griffins. John Milan. He gets in a kick. It's half blocked down. Under it. The ball breaks loose over and it comes to the corner back over. Liam Fitzgerald. Liam Fitzgerald kicks it out. And it comes to Mike Quaid. Mike Quaid is dispossessed and the ball breaks loose to John Welch. And a late tackle there on John Welch. It'll be a free into Gerald Griffins. About 25 metres out from goal. Gerald Griffins badly in need of scores. Dalton, the man to take it. He's already scored 2 points in this game. Dalton saw with the kick, 25 metres out from goal, a slight angle. This would narrow the deficit to 2 goals here at Sean Finn Park. A low kick it is indeed, but it's very well kicked there by Martin Dalton, and there's only 2 goals between the sides. There was a massive deficit of 11 points here at half-time, but now that his deficit has gone out to 6 points here, and Gerald Griffins are well back in contention here at Sean Finn Park. Dalton now has scored 3 points in this game so far. He scored 3 points in the drawn West final. Mike Kelly with the kick out so for Knockfierna Gaels. Gerald Griffins urge on their forces here. Kelly with the kick. A good kick it is indeed around the 45-metre line. 'Twas against the wind. Gathered there by Knockfierna Gaels. Fitzgerald gets it back to Liam Fitzgerald. Liam Fitzgerald now. He plays it out the wing towards Cagney. Cagney draws a boot. It comes over, not on the right, Liam Cagney. It comes over to number 15, Tommy O'Connell, or Thomas O'Keefe rather. It breaks loose over to Joe Noonan. Joe Noonan gets in a great kick. It comes to the unmarked Tass O'Donovan rather. Tass O'Donovan for Knockfierna Gaels. Still Tass O'Donovan. Oh, Tass O'Donovan was brought to the ground, says the referee, by Oliver Scanlon. Oliver Scanlon brought Tass O'Donovan down to the ground. It'll be a free for Knockfierna Gaels. And Oliver Scanlon is being taken, his name has been taken by the referee Mickey Sullivan. A lot of names been taken so in this Junior A football final for 1990 here at Sean Finn Park. Down in the deck so is Tass O'Donovan, number 2 on his back, the veteran for Knockfierna Gaels. Anxious moments so in both camps. John O'Sullivan seems to be warming up here for Gerald Griffins. His tracksuit top is off, but he might into the fray before the game is over. We're 19 minutes into this game here at Sean Finn Park. Is Tass O'Donovan fit enough to resume play? He seems it is. He seems to be anyway. Scoreline so, 20 minutes into this game here at Sean Finn Park. Knockfierna Gaels, 3 goals and 4 points. Gerald Griffins Ballyhall, a goal and 4. There's just 6 points between the teams here. And there's a lot to play. There's 20 minutes left in this game here, plus injury time. And indeed, there's been a lot of injury time here in this game here. It comes, Knockfierna take it quickly. It comes to Mike Quaid, the full forward, playing back around his own 45-metre line. He loses out, however, and it comes back to Pat Cagney for Knockfierna Gaels. Pat Cagney. Plus Tass O'Donovan. The 2 of them are grey hair. It's hard to distinguish between the 2 of them. And his ball is kicked out over the sideline. It'll be a line ball to Gerald Griffins from outside their own 45-metre line. And kicked away there by Knockfierna Gaels man. Come now. The sideline so, the sideline ball. They're still waiting for the line ball. Thrown away there by a Knockfierna Gaels man. Very unsporting like here at Sean Finn Park. Curtin retrieves the ball. He's a long way to run. He wouldn't do for Ben Johnson to be running here today. Curtin so from outside his own 45-metre line. A good kick was resulted. Justice was done. In towards Joe Noonan, over his head, over, and it comes to Cagney. Cagney's hand pass to John Walsh. John Walsh for Knockfierna, for Gerald Griffins rather. And John Walsh threw a wayward kick there. And Cagney, it'll be a free out for Knockfierna Gaels. Cagney so can take this from his hands. Cagney from his own 45-metre line. It's intercepted there by Pat O'Connor, the half-time substitution for the injured John O'Connor. Eamon O'Connor bats it down over. It comes to Tass O'Donovan. Tass O'Donovan draws a kick. It comes down towards number 13 is back. Number 15 is back, all right, rather Conor O'Keefe, and Conor O'Keefe was brought to the ground by Joe Noonan, and it'll be yet another free for Knockfierna Gaels. An awful lot of frees in this game here at Sean Finn Park. There's only 6 points between the teams, and 9 minutes to play. There's all to play for here at Sean Finn Park. This free over is for Knockfierna Gaels. Cagney, the man to take this free. Between the 45-metre line, the 65-metre line, his own 45 and 65-metre line. A short little one towards Cagney, his brother. Back now, Ned back to Pat. Still Pat. Pat is down the ground. Is he over carrying it? Yes, indeed, says the referee, Mickey Sullivan. And it was a free in for Gerald Griffins. Gerald Griffins anxious to get on with it fairly quickly. Pat Ambrose, a kick in around the square. Oh, off the knee there of the cornerback, Lee Fitzgerald. Out towards Joe Noonan. Joe Noonan is dispossessed, however, and it breaks towards John Walsh. John Walsh is down the ground. And John Walsh alleged to pick the ball off the ground to be a free yet again to Knockfierna Gaels from within their own 45-metre line. Gerald Griffins out on their forces here at Sean Finn Park. There's only 2 goals between the teams. Anything can happen in a game of football. Cagney, Pat Cagney, the centre back for Knockfierna Gaels, takes this kick. It's held up in the air, land around the 65-metre line. A poor enough kick. It comes over to Davy Fitzgerald for Knockfierna. Davy down the wing towards over there at the far sideline. It's hard to distinguish the player there. Paddy O'Connor's been held. And Paddy O'Connor is down the ground and his man is up on his back. It's yes indeed to the last the free for Gerald Griffins here. Paddy O'Connor, the bank official from Killarney. He gets in a kick up towards Oliver Scanlon. Oliver Scanlon belts it on now, however it comes to the waiting Noel Ford. Noel Ford now to Pat Ambrose. Pat Ambrose up the wing towards Eamon O'Connor. Eamon O'Connor, the goal scorer. Eamon O'Connor, a scorer of a goal in the pipe. His shot is knocked down by Tass O'Donovan. He gets in a mighty kick, a wayward kick there, and a chance kind of begging really for Gerald Griffin. Eamon O'Connor, the scorer of a goal in pint. He could have done better there that time maybe. For 23 minutes injury time, and there's a substitution coming on now for Gerald Griffins. John O'Sullivan is coming on for who seems to be going off. Tom Stack. Stack is the man that's being substitution. John O'Sullivan is in so at corner forward for Stack. Joe Noonan, Tass O'Donovan is there, Eamon O'Connor is there, Noel Ford is there. There was a late boot there by Tass O'Donovan. Eamon O'Connor, a poor enough kick, a very bad kick there by Eamon O'Connor, and he loses out over Pat Cagney. And a late boot there by Joe Noonan, tripped and brought Pat Cagney to the ground. It'll be a free out for Knockfierna Gaels, the centre back for Knockfierna Gaels. The man to take it, Pat Cagney, the centre back for Knockfierna Gaels. He decides to take it from the ground. Cagney so. 24 minutes into the second half here at Sean Finn Park. A poor enough kick, and however it works out well. It comes to Brian O'Brien. Brian O'Brien is brought to the ground. Brian O'Brien overheld the ball here, and it'll be a free in for Gerald Griffin. Joe Noonan and Patsy Quinlivan, the man standing over it. Patsy Quinlivan can take it from his hand outside the 45-metre line. He lobs it in. It's going to land around the 14-yard line. Under this, Chris Noonan now playing it full forward, and it's gone out for a wide ball. A wide ball to the umpire. But the referee said Mikey Sullivan decides this is a 45-metre kick. He has overruled his umpire to be a 45-metre kick for Gerald Griffins here. 25 minutes into the second half here. 6 points they trail by Gerald Griffins. Joe Noonan gets out the kick out towards Patsy Quinlivan. Patsy Quinlivan anxious to get on with it here. The linesman Julie places the ball along the 45-metre line. Quinlivan, the right half back, the captain. The kick so. He floats it in, it comes over. It comes over, now breaks loose over around 30 yards out line. It comes to John Welch, number 12 is back. John Welch's shot is blocked down. Under is Martin Dalton. Martin Dalton gets it out to Quinlivan. Quinlivan's shot is knocked down. It comes to Joe Noonan. Joe Noonan for Gerald Griffin. He floats it in towards Chris Noonan. Chris Noonan is beaten there by Conor O'Keefe. It's a goal! Martin Dalton has put the deficit to a goal. Here is Sean Finn Park. Dalton, the goal scorer. A goal of 2 points is scored. And suddenly, Gerald Griffin are really back in this game here at Sean Finn Park. There's 5 minutes to do so. They can win this. Can they win it? And bridge a gap of almost 50 years. 1941 was the last time they won it. Can they bridge that gap of 50 years? It seems possible now here at Sean Finn Park. Kelly anxious to get on with the kick out. Dalton, a great scorer there for Gerald Griffins, the goal scorer. Be a free in now for Knockfierna Gaels. The scoreline here, 3 goals and 4 points for Knockfierna Gaels. 2 goals and 3 points between the sides. Anyone's game here. A great comeback in the second half by Gerald Griffin. It comes out to Paddy O'Connor. Paddy O'Connor, the substitution. Paddy O'Connor's the substitute, the half-time substitution for the injured John O'Connor. His kick went wayward. It'll be a line ball over the far sideline to Knockfierna Gaels. Gerald Griffins, they trail only by 3 and think it happen. Gerald Griffins urge on their forces here. The kick's over by Knockfierna Gaels. A wayward kick it is. It's gone out over near the in-line there. Pat O'Connor is chasing after the Gerald Griffins man. It's Pat O'Connor alleged to foul his man there to be a free into Knockfierna Gaels. Knockfierna Gaels lead by a goal here at Sean Finn Park. The man to take this is the centre forward, Ned Cagney. Ned Cagney, the centre forward. There's 3 minutes left here at Sean Finn Park. Gerald Griffins badly needed that goal. He floats it in across the square when it comes to Davy Fitzgerald's shot is blocked down there. When it comes to Liam Fitzgerald's shot is blocked down once again. It comes Pat O'Connor. Pat O'Connor playing brilliantly at cornerback. It comes out towards the Dalton. Dalton now. Gerald Griffins are on the attack. Out towards Chris Noonan. Chris Noonan loses out over and it's gone out over the sideline. And it'll be a line ball to Knockfierna Gaels. Gerald Griffins, there's 2 minutes and injury time as well. Fitzgerald throw with the line ball over the far sideline for Knockfierna Gaels. I think he'll land around midfield. Underneath Oliver Scanlon. Oliver is out near the sideline. Chasing after is the number Knockfierna Gaels man. It comes over to the number 15 is back which is Thomas O'Keefe. Thomas O'Keefe plays it back to Tassadona. Tassadona was brought to the ground. It'll be a free yet again to Knockfierna Gaels from within their own at the 45-metre line here. There's 1 minute left here at Sean Finn Park. Gerald Griffin's anxious, but Knockfierna Gaels to get on with it. Tassadona, the kick. It comes over to Martin Dalton. Dalton's kick in towards Chris Noonan. It's gone out harmlessly over the in-line and wide. A chance gonna begging there for Gerald Griffin. Less than a minute so left here at Sean Finn Park. And Knockfierna Gaels set to grab that elusive double. They won the Junior A Holland Championship last Sunday by defeating Drumcolor Broadford. Can they grasp the Junior A Football Championship title as well here at Sean Finn Park? There's a goal between the sides. Knockfierna Gaels 3 goals and 4 points. Gerald Griffin's very hard 2 goals and 4 points. Mike Kelly, a kick out between around the 45-metre line. It breaks now. Advantages that knock Gerald Griffin. Dalton was brought to the ground. Dalton square. It's belted out by Conor O'Connor man. It comes to Chris Noonan. Chris Noonan is on the ground. A hot ball to the referee. We will game in which referee Mickey Sullivan in the latter stage around the 21-metre line. Noonan is the man there for Gerald Griffins. Oliver Scanlon is in there. Up Mickey Sullivan telling all players get back from the ball. There's only 2 in. Oliver Scanlon is under. Oliver Scanlon wins and it comes to Chris Noonan. Still Chris Noonan. His button to be a free in for Gerald Griffin. Injury time here. Almost